guys, I'm Molly Sanier and it's Throne with Molly. I'm so excited to be back. It's episode 33 and tonight there's a lot to do. So first, I just want to say thank y'all for coming back in. Happy New Year. Oh yay, Con-Con's ready. So guys, I'm really excited and thankful for my sponsor tonight, which is Speedball Art. And Speedball makes these bats, which I feel like I don't know how I'd throw without a bat because otherwise you throw right on the wheel head. And then when you're done, you have to like scoop it off or slide it off and they distort. But with a bat, you can put this right on, take it off, and your pot is like good to go. So thank you so much, Speedball. I'm gonna give y'all a link later of how you can get them. I get mine on Amazon. You get Speedball bats, they're just plastic. They have the little hooks that go right onto your wheel head. And I'll show you how to do it without the bat pins. If you don't have bat pins, you can still use a bat. So thank you, Speedball. Okay, guys. Oh, I don't have my drink.
I will get you one.
Oh, thanks. It's right behind you. So guys, let's all put our hands together for my sister, Blair. Come on out, Blair.
Girl.
Don't hold off any longer.
Oh,
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for having.
Throne with Molly's back.
What a pleasure. Look at all your people.
Look at y'all, guys. We're back
New Year.
together. We're back
Hello.
together again. We're back together.
I haven't done this since the last time I was here. It's been a minute.
Blair hasn't done this. So Blair is my sister. She is the, which sister are you? Was one of the
I am
questions.
the middle sister.
She's the middle sister. There's three. I'm the youngest. Molly, Blair, Allison. Is that here? Hey, Allison. Sisters are the best. So Blair had never thrown until Throne with Molly, like season 1, 2, or episode.
She's the one girl.
Blair
Season
made
one.
these.
I made those. Thanks, Mom.
She threw them. I trimmed them later and glazed them, but she threw these. She wanted a planter. Blair made these.
Very smooth.
She doesn't have a ceramics degree,
I don't have a degree.
but she caught the clay pot.
I'm just doing
Do you
this
want
for
me to
fun.
put? Do you want me to put these over here?
If you would like to.
I'll get them out of your way, sis.
Girl.
Sis. Okay.
Okay.
So since we're being sponsored tonight by Speedball Bats, I thought, well, what can you make that you can only use a bat for? Because yeah, some people make bowls and they scoot it off, but you cannot make a plate without a bat.
I don't think I've ever made a plate.
You just made two. I just showed you two. Look,
That's not an eating plate.
these are plates.
It's a plate.
Blair made plates. So everything on the wheel
Never done this.
is either going to be a plate, a cylinder, or a bowl form, and then we go from there. So you've made plates.
I've made plates.
So what do you
Thank
want to
you.
make? I want to make plates.
No.
I don't start with a
dude.
plate.
I'm starting fresh. I
Let's
just
start
want
with
to
a
do what
plate.
you're doing so I can like feel out what's going on.
Okay.
Because
Well, now that I've showcased all of our bats.
that's okay. Nice out there. I guess you need your supplies.
I love these Speedball bats, and they're plastic, so you can just wash them and wash them and wash them.
Where do you wash them? In your sink? Do you put them in your
Wash them in my
dishwasher?
sink. I do not put them in my
Your
dishwasher,
clay.
unless they are plates I've made out of clay,
Unless they're plates.
like actual plates. Okay, so get rid of these
Finished
right now.
product.
All right, so it is a little slower.
Okay. I don't know the difference. That's fine.
I love the new sign. Oh, so if you're following, I made these stencils at Anderson Art Ranch last summer. I took let's get a dry ball of clay.
Let's
tap,
have a dry ball.
tap it into a ball, slam it in the center. Oh, Puerto Rico! We gotta get the map. Eventually we'll get the map.
That'll happen.
She needs to make big plates, not little ones.
Yeah.
All right.
See.
All right, we'll start with the.
So I should not use a small ball.
You know what?
I'm scared of a big ball. Let me work my way up.
We'll
Let's
do a
start with the
little
small.
and then get bigger. I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying?
I don't know, but you said Puerto Rico and you said
Puerto
plates.
Rico. I got so excited. Oh, the
Slow
stencil.
thing.
Right.
Your
So
stencil.
before you put the clay on, just make sure that this is rounded, because if you've like karate chopped and there's a big dent and I put that there, then I've made an air bubble.
I know.
So you just want to like open hand tap, and you want to start with like a concave, round it, kind of like a bowling pin, and then I just
Are
kind
you gonna have a big air bubble in there now?
of no, because and even if there is a little air bubble, we're just gonna cone up and down.
We're gonna count up.
We're gonna count up.
Down.
I don't like to hit on my regular cup, but
I don't either. That's okay.
it's okay.
It's
All right.
okay.
Then dry, slam it on there. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We have all the questions that y'all put on already on some cards over here. They're just gonna read them in a little
I
bit.
do. I have questions.
Ooh, Phoenix.
Not a cool place.
He's so cool.
But
I've
in
always
off center. Is that bad already?
Well, if it's not bad, but once you start going, the more centered you get it now, the easier.
Yeah.
But the easiest way to get it centered is equal pressure from this side, and then let it turn, and then equal pressure. So you're equal pressure, and it's spinning slowly, and you're tapping faster. Oh, James is our teacher. Hi.
Let's bow.
Thanks for tuning
girl.
in.
Hey, love seeing you every morning. You do a great job. Thank you for all you do. I love
It's my
teachers.
nephew's kindergarten teacher.
I love teachers.
Molly just used your
Carl.
berry bowl. My mom loved it. Oh, great. Thanks, Carl.
What's up, Carl?
So if you're just tuning in, we are using our speedball bats. No, that's great. It's like, when we say cone, it just means that the top is more narrow and it gradually gets wider. So it could be a low cone, it could be a high cone. Can't wait for NYC, me too. We're going to New York this week.
Okay.
So for plates, that's what we're making tonight, plates. I'm gonna make a big dinner plate. Blair's gonna warm back up with
I'm
just
gonna get
whatever
there.
size plate.
I'm gonna get there.
And we can only make a plate using a speedball bat. These things just hook right with these little circles. They go right on the bat pins, boop, and then that's it. And then when you're done, I like the plastic ones because there's this little ridge, so it doesn't get suctioned. You can just get your fingers and just lift it up. It's great. Okay, so now that it's dry and tapped into a cone, plenty of water.
Water.
This is when, with Alexander, we did salt bay.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let me get situated over here.
What's up, ladies? Thanks for watching, guys.
Libra ceramics.
So then the thing I just did was left hand's anchored in your hip,
Anchored. Okay.
left palm. We're just gonna warm up and then we'll be with y'all in refreshin'. So left palm, and then I like to get these little fingertips across from the palm, wherever across the palm is, and use the connection of my other hand, and just use that palm and those fingertips, and your left thumb at a point. Yes.
Those fingertips.
And this at a cone. Because if it gets flat on the top, you get a crater, and then once you get a crater, you get air bubbles.
Yeah, that's
What's
easy
up?
to do.
So then plenty of water. So we cone up. I start at the bottom. This elbow is at my hip, and I'm just literally leaning into the clay. Water. These fingers start at the bottom, and I'm squeezing from the bottom, squeezing. And the faster it rotates, the faster I can go.
Is this when you go fast? You don't go slow.
Yeah,
you go
speed
fast.
helps. And then when you get to the top, you just rotate, 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 slow, 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 release. Woo! That's why you have to go slow. But you know what I'm gonna do? Put it right back on there. And I'm just gonna cut it again. I'm gonna cut it again. Oh, was this the softball of clay? Guys, when I had a teacher and they said whenever you mess up, blame it on the clay.
Oh.
So I think this was we just wedged up some recycled clay. So I just had to be. What does that tell me, Blair? What do you think that tells me?
That your clay
A little there's stress. That I was squeezing too hard. And squeezing too hard, it's a little soft clay, so you have to be a little more gentle. Blair's thrown maybe 2 times. No, Blair's thrown like a couple times. Take it there. More water.
It's been a minute, I can tell you that.
Left boss hand, and I just don't need to cone up quite so much. So this time I'm just gonna rotate, 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 slow, release.
And now,
So see,
nothing.
let's see. Blair, that was
check it
really
out. Check it
good.
out.
Really good.
What are you, my sister?
What are you, a good student? And Blair has made some plates before too.
Apparently I did. They
She
weren't
has.
plates in my head.
They were the bottoms of her planters.
That did not turn out how I wanted them. Maybe that's why. Maybe I blocked it out.
Now also because I'm using recycled clay, and I just ripped it off, I just need a little extra time coning this up and down.
Where you turn that action. I'm
So
scared to mess with mine once it's like.
you could, if you want, you know how you cone down. Now I'm coning down, coning up.
Get it, girl.
And basically see that little issue right there? You don't want that. So I keep coning up and down until there is just smooth. How about a question?
How about a question?
How about a question?
Let's
Oh,
have a
Julia
question.
Fallen, heart eyes. I see these heart eyes. I love some
I don't
emojis.
want to get them all funky. Okay. Let me do my
We
best.
wrote down all the questions y'all sent in. So Blair, let's hear one.
This is the most pressing one.
Oh,
At SC Abrahamian.
oh, Sophie.
Abrahamian.
Sophie
Are
just
you
brought.
rooting for Clemson or Alabama tonight, Molly?
So am I rooting for Clemson or Alabama? Is that the question?
Clearly we're invested if we're throwing and not
So
watching
I
the game.
didn't even know that was an option. But you know what? What was the first option? Clemson?
Alabama or Clemson.
Clemson is right. Should I choose Clemson?
Sure.
I feel like I know people in
You do
South.
for your family.
Yeah, our family loves Clemson. So
Have
Clemson.
trouble finding.
All right, now I'm gonna push down. Now look, a plate's gonna happen pretty quick. So what does that say, Molly? Do you
Trouble moisturizing.
moisturizing? Yes. We'll talk. Well, no, I found a good lotion. Okay, ready? We're gonna come down,
That's what I'm doing now.
and we'll maybe watch first. And I'm just gonna press it down, 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 and pull my hands towards me. And then my goal with this plate is I'd like it to be as wide as this bat because in my mind that's how wide my other ones were. I'm trying to make a set. So I'm trying to right now, that's a little higher.
There you go.
Water, hands together, elbows against my body. I'm just gonna catch that center and gently and patiently pull towards me.
I feel like I should have been paying more attention.
You're just gonna come all the way down till it's flat, and then you're gonna use your fist to kind of hold your elbows against your body,
And my
reach the
arm
center.
is flat, and I'm pressuring.
Yes, more left hand, and now be patient a little bit. Always let the clay rotate before you make a new move. Now, I don't want to go like woo, because then it gets all.
How do I know how far to pull it out?
That looks straight. Okay, but look, I want you to see this. Y'all see this little thing right here?
There's a little lip.
That's from just a little much pinky pressure. So if you just tilt the hand more this way, yes.
Do I need to
So
run
like right now, you're kind of doing that.
Yeah, I
But
was.
if you, well, for a plate, it's actually fine, but it's good to just be aware of your pressure.
Okay.
Oh, what cone do you fire a piece? I glaze fired a cone 6. How many pounds are you using? I weighed out 5 pounds, I think, for these. What's a good low budget? I missed it. Sorry.
What was a good low budget wheel?
A low budget wheel is
Look,
anyone
I
you can
just
find.
managed to mess that all
That's
up.
okay. You can just push it to center. Oh, see, you have the soft clay too. It is the soft clay.
It's the clay. It's the clay.
Where's
Oh,
the map?
where's the
We're gonna take the sign down and put the map up. Oh, that's what I was saying. I made these stencils and I just spray painted them last night. What do y'all think?
Can I use your forearm instead of your fists? Is that a thing?
I'm using my forearms. You could, but I think this is
Like,
okay.
get it.
We're just gonna go a little faster. Is that going full
This is
speed?
as fast as it
Full
goes.
speed.
It is.
And then
All the
rotate,
way down.
rotate,
All the way
rotate.
down.
Slow release. And then just cone that to a plate kind of shape.
Alright.
Alright, sorry guys, missed
Try
y'all.
this again. Try this again.
Have you ever tried using your like right now, like instead of using this, sure, but I don't want to get that messy. I mean, I get messy, but I don't really need to get it all up in there, so I'm just not, but it's always good, use whatever leverage. If I want to use my elbow, go for it. I just don't really want,
Look, I did it again. It's got a lip.
okay, but watch what you can do. You can just take this palm,
That's
hold
what I did
water,
last time when I jacked
And-
it up.
and just patient, slowly, hands working together.
Together.
Together. See, it kind of wanted to rip off because there's a little air pocket under there now
How do you know?
because we like trapped it under there kind of.
But can you feel it? How do you know?
No, I can't really feel it now. I can get my nose compressed its way back in, maybe. Okay, we'll just let it rotate, rotate, rotate.
Air
Slow
pocket.
release. So, when you're making a plate, there's a couple things. First of all, the bat helps because look, I just pick it up. If I didn't have the bat, it'd be stuck and I pick it and it flops and all that. And it's not what we want. So, one, I use a bat. Two, if you're trying to make a dinner set, weigh your clay and go for the same diameter. And then keep it not really thin. You don't want to press it as thin as you want your plate to be when you're done.
Because you're going to trim it?
Yes, because you're going to trim it. Once it dries leather hard, you flip it and then you trim and remove the excess clay and you shape the foot. So I like to throw my plates, I really throw everything a little thicker than other people might because I like the trimming process. And yeah.
There's Carl.
I think he
Do
voted.
I ask to use the pieces I make? I do. I use them all, which is surprising because they're a lot.
Carl, have you used the pieces that you've made?
I have business card holders. Use one in my fridge. Hold my jade roller. I use them all over. I'm in ceramics class in college. Not good at the wheel, but am good at hand building. Any tips to transfer from hand to wheel?
Yes. Do you want to be better at wheel throw? Like, do you like being good at hand building? Because I wouldn't say I'm the best hand builder. I think my strength is on the wheel, but could I hand build? Sure, it's a practice. I've started hand building and I like it, and I've had a lot of failures.
slower now. No?
When out of control, just slow your wheel, yeah.
Alright,
But
well,
I'm happy that mine's almost reaching that edge that I was kind of going for. I made a set of dinner plates a long time ago, and I'm just trying to remember what I did for those to recreate a few.
Mine is not going that well.
But hand building, wheel throw, it's all just a practice. So if you're happy hand building, you don't have to also be a wheel thrower. It's fine. Different studio equipment. If you want to throw though, it's just practice. Just get on that wheel, wedge some balls of clay up.
I don't think this is working for me.
Would you said originally you wanted to do a cylinder.
But then I wanted to do what you were doing because I wanted to.
I'll do a cylinder after this.
A plate by plate.
I think it's good to do a plate. The other thing with the plate is compressing. So anytime you make the plate thin and wide, it has a chance to crack a little more. So to help give it a little more insurance, you can compress, which is just hold a surface pretty much on top. I like to use a curved rib and put it at an angle away to the right, and you come on just nice and smooth. And then you go center to 3, and you just let it rotate. This just strengthens the clay particles. Sorry.
Well, I've eaten out of my bowl a lot of times. The broken piece I've used for a key holder. I have one of those broken pieces, Carl.
Yeah, see, I get broken pieces.
It does come in handy.
Like all you potters out there, y'all have broken pieces. I have broken pieces, so I get all the broken pieces. My family gets the broken pieces. My
all
friends.
of my Molly trees are all broken.
Are they all?
Yes.
Yeah.
The only Molly pieces I get. Oh man.
All right, so now I've compressed and I pushed this out, and all I need when I tell my kids when we make a plate, ask yourself 2 questions.
Is it beautiful and is it functional?
No.
No.
Would sauce get stuck in any grooves?
That could be a good thing.
It could be, but usually you're going like you want to clean the dishes and you want to be able to make sure it's wipe clean and there aren't grooves for things to get stuck in, you know? It's because like sometimes you get a fingernail and then you just want to make sure, you know what I mean? You want a smooth surface. And then the second question, not only would sauce get stuck in a groove, but would a meatball roll off?
These are important questions.
So if I don't have a lip, meatball's rolling off. If the center is higher, a meatball is rolling off. So if the center's higher, elbows against your body, boop, stay in that center and use your pressure to make it slightly lower. And then a lip, boom, right here, a little water.
That does not look like
Outside
yours.
pressure. And I'm just gonna kind of like scoop it into my hand and press out.
Someone asked about your sculptures.
And I just want a slight, ooh, my sculptures!
This is not.
What about the sculptures?
Are you gonna make any more?
I probably will. The sculptures are a really big challenge and they are fun. Talk about something that breaks a lot, but they tend to break before I even fire them, so I can just recycle them. Alright, I'm gonna be with you. You can just clean that and we'll do a,
I mean, I'm just along for the experience, so I'm cool.
well, and right now with those questions, what were the questions for plate?
What were the questions?
Sauce,
meatball.
meatball. And like
Sauce.
right now, it's rolling in a way I don't like it. So I'm just like taking some time to get the level of the surface
I'm just messing about.
flowing the way I want it to.
Just get it flow.
The
Just
glass
get
is
it
on the
flow.
wheel mostly, so I just need to
I
practice.
say that about my face.
What?
I don't know, but I like Carl.
I love Carl.
Do
Love
I have any
Carl.
artistic talents? I am a potter.
Who was that Carl too? Do you have any? Everyone
No.
has artistic talents.
I'm a knitter.
Everyone. Everyone.
I like to do coloring books with my kids.
See?
That's
Some
fun.
people
I like
are artists or artistic in the way they cook, or the clothes you decide to put on, or the way you style your rooms in your house,
I
or
wish I had that.
you might. We're all creative people. It's in us
I
as
do.
humans.
I do believe that's true.
It's true.
What about you, Libra ceramics? I guess ceramics. I guess that would be you.
Libra, ceramics. Okay, and then I'm gonna leave that because I do something with the lips later. And I'm just gonna do a little undercut here. Just to give myself that little head start with that wire.
Do you hand wash your plates or put them in the dishwasher?
Dishwasher.
Hand
As
wash
long
does
as
not
things aren't
survive
clanking.
Up in here.
Yeah.
Not up in here.
Hand washing, who's got time?
Not this girl.
And I'm just realizing I'm using this recycled clay that was a little softer, and I think I might have just pulled something out of it. Woo!
I think I'm making a live edge creation that resembles a plate.
Yeah, look at that.
Could be for a pet.
I don't know if any of y'all watched Trevor Knotts on here. That was a fun episode, making plates.
That was a fun episode.
I don't think I made plates since that episode. So here we go, plate. And then
Here we
here's
go.
the beauty of the speedball bats. Guys, you can get these on Amazon. You can get them at different clay online retailers, but it's just speedball bats. They're plastic bats. This one's a blue round one. They make these square ones, which are great for coffee mugs, and they fit in your storage area a lot, take up a lot less room. But look, with that, I can just take my plate off,
every night.
put it away to dry. Put it right here.
Carl, you can do whatever you want, friend. Follow away. I don't really post. Carl has to get following me on Instagram.
Yeah, Carl.
I'm not good on
Carl,
Instagram.
you know us in real life. All right, let's do a cylinder. Are you gonna finish your
I'm
bowl?
done. I don't know what this is.
Why don't you just get the water out? Never leave water in your pots because they will just
Because
equal
they'll
a crack.
Look at me. It all comes back. I know what
I
I'm
tell
doing.
people it's like riding a bike.
Yeah,
Once you learn how to
totes.
ride a bike, you can't forget. Can't forget once you know. I guess we could put the map up at this in
I mean,
between.
is this going to be anything? Is this a thing?
I think, okay, so once you get the water out, and we'll get the water out here, spin.
Oh, I didn't do that.
When this is leather hard, we can take
Leather.
a sponge, leather,
Your
you and
leather
your
face.
leather face. If anybody knows what that's from, message me, and I'll laugh with you.
I don't
You
know.
and
I
your
don't know
leather
where
face.
it's
Yes,
from.
you do.
Where's it from?
You just, okay, you can't inbox me.
No one heard.
You did.
No one else would know that.
They might have.
Your leather face.
You and your leather face.
You and your leather face. Okay.
Alright, so when it's
all right.
leather hard,
All right.
you can take a soft sponge and just soften the edges if they seem rough.
I will at this point. It's
You
a
gotta
live
drop.
edge. It's a live edge.
Spin and get that drop.
Oh,
Because if you leave it drop, crack.
crack. No boy.
Cracks happen. They're
Crack
base.
hills.
Alright,
Crack
we,
hills.
oh, Daisy Ray. Hey, Daisy Ray.
Okay. I think
And
it's
then,
beautiful.
and you know what else I'd suggest at this phase of the game? A little under
oh.
pre-trimming. Just hold the wooden knife like a pencil.
2 hands.
2 hands, elbows against your body. Touch where you want to make the
This
cut.
is not my strong suit.
Hold it on tight. Don't press down yet. Just keep it there, and then each rotation you can press a little more. And speed does help. a
Oh,
little
my
bit.
hair came
Oh
out.
no! I got you, boo.
It came out.
Wait.
No, it went. That was
You-
the pretty part. Stick
Is it
it.
just-
Just stick it. It was clean hair, but that's okay. Thanks, Bill.
It'll brush right out. We saved it. We got it back. We're gonna go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh look, Carl wants to join live. Carl, you know the deal. Can't.
I don't know the deal.
I can't get up and turn them on.
Oh.
And I just we.
What?
Someone was selling handmade large pots on the side of the road for $25. Is that reasonable or too cheap? You know what? Who's to tell you what price you are? You. So if you think 25, you do it. If you think 250, you do it. You know.
Someone asked if you run a wire between your plate and the bat after you throw it. Leather.
You know what?
No, I don't.
Depends on your studio access. Okay. If I okay, let's talk about this plate and this studio
Okay.
access. You
Okay. I don't have
you
studio access.
let's take that bat off.
This
That's
is
the
not. This
oh,
is not.
okay.
It's not.
You want to be okay? That's good.
I
That's a
don't
good
know.
solution. It is. You're just cleaning it up under there. I see you.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing it.
This bat, this plate, I have like 24-hour access here, pretty much. So I can control the drying. So I'm not
Good
gonna
access.
wire cut this right now because I could do it later tonight, in the morning, tomorrow afternoon, whenever. If I wasn't sure when I was gonna see this plate next, yes, I would wire cut it. Because if you forget to wire cut it, it can get to that dry state where it's just stuck and you can't get it off. Or you have to wait for it to dry so much that it just pops off. That's not good.
Look. It's
This is
like
a live
red.
edge. Well, remember the
Can I
bottom.
embrace that?
We can always deal with the bottom.
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. What am I? Not a professional?
All right, we're gonna do a cylinder now.
What's happening?
A
Here we
cylinder.
go. Here we go.
Cylinder. So there's also, so we're tapping this dry and round it. Round bottom, so no air bubbles. Right in the center.
There you go.
Tap it to the
Tap
center. Tap it.
Horsehair.
Ooh, horsehair pottery. That would be fun to do like a workshop. I don't know if we could like do a live horsehair. That's when you put the pot, it's already been bisque-fired once, no glaze on it, you put it in a kiln and you get it red hot. And once it's red hot, you pull it out and you put a piece of horsehair on it and it does this black line.
Oh, it's decorative.
Decorative.
I thought it was like horsehair plaster, like a
Oh, no, like a base. So for a cylinder, we're gonna cone up and down just the same.
Okay, here we go.
And take your time coning up and down. You can't cone up and down too many times, but you can not cone up enough. So we're coning up. How about a question? Your hands semi.
Let's do a question.
Let's
do a question.
Let's do a question.
Let's shuffle. We're gonna shuffle. We're gonna pick one randomly. From Lucia Martin, what can I use instead of bat pins to hold down a bat to the wheel?
Oh, okay, that was a really good question.
Thanks for the question.
That will require a demonstration. So let me
So you want to pause? Someone
Yeah.
else said what clay are you using?
I'm just using a stoneware. I've never thrown a porcelain.
Just a stoneware.
People always ask about porcelain. And you know what? I've also never painted with oil paints.
Porcelain sounds fancy.
Alright, so if I don't have bat pens, do you have a mess up pen? That messed up
Yeah.
play?
Oh.
Right there. Bat pens. These are bat
This is
pens.
really soft.
They just have like a solid top that catches in the bats. So they're bat pens. They go in, and they should have a little like butterfly thing to keep it there. In this wheel, I just don't have them, which is great if I want to get rid of my bat. But I'll just use this one. If you don't have a bat pen, how's it going to stay on the wheel? That's a really good question.
We can't keep up.
Are we missing the questions here?
Carl has some juicy questions.
Oh, wait.
I'm just gonna go to the next one. Is clay like that able to be purchased from like a Home Depot? Good question.
Good question.
No.
I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Things like a clay. Where do you go? A clay store?
We have a clay store in Richmond. We're very lucky.
Does not everywhere have a clay store?
Not everywhere has a clay
Silly
store.
question.
It's like, does everywhere have a Nordstrom or I don't know, wherever people,
Whatever the shops are these kids use these days.
whatever they use. So if you don't have a bat,
Whatever they
pins, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take clay right on the wheel head. And it should be dry to dry, but obviously this is recycled scrap, so it's a little wet. But I'm gonna push it to center. Push, 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 like I'm dry tapping.
I'm not hitting a groove tonight. I'm messing up my
What
clay.
are you? Rusty?
What
It's
am I?
fine.
What
It's
am I?
fine. It's practice. And what I'm gonna do is just center this clay right on the wheel, down like I'm doing a plate. Keep it a little thick, not really thick.
A little.
Just a little. Then you want to level it off, so elbows against your body. And basically, I'm making a layer of suction for the bat to stick onto because I don't have bat pins.
Oh, that's what you're doing instead of bat pens?
This is how you would use a bat without bat pins. So this way you can still make a plate, and when you're done, like if this was a plate right here, I just made a plate.
Right here.
Oh, let's put a lip so my meatballs don't roll off. Oh look, I got a plate. There's my plate. And then I wire cut it off the wheel.
I'm making a sound of it.
And then how do I get this off? Oh, let me pick it up. Oh,
Oh.
wait, shoot.
Not
Now
good.
it has thumbprints and things. So if you don't have bat pins, but you have a little clay, put the little clay on there. And then you kind of make these grooves like almost like a target. So you kind of try to make it level. You don't want it to be unbalanced. You want to level. Elbows, center to 3. Yeah, we don't have one. You don't have one? Bat
Clay
pins?
store.
Oh, clay store.
Can she order it online?
Yeah, I think just Google. You know, what can't you get on Google or Amazon these days, right?
I don't know.
There's all different kinds of clay. I just type in stoneware. I use a stoneware. There's earthenware. There's porcelain. There's different colors. There's terracotta. So anyways, all right, you put this level, and then you basically drop your finger to make, like you're making bullseyes. And these bullseyes become the suction. So now I could take, and sometimes I also, just for like good measure, I like to like
Just
crisscross.
for good measure.
Just for a couple
Just for
extra.
good measure.
So, and then you take your bat, and you just
That's all
pop,
you do.
pop, pop,
That's all
pop,
you do.
boom. And then you try to make sure it's
Not
level. And then you can, I'll throw a cylinder on here.
Oh,
I'll do it.
Okay.
So boom, my bat's on there. Without bat pins. So dry to dry, tap it into a
Oh,
cone.
man.
Should I focus on I'm 33. Oh, let me see, Carl. I'm 33.
Let me see.
Should I focus on career or relationship?
Why is it either or?
You know what? Yeah, aren't there more
Why
categories?
is it either
Aren't there more categories
Is
to
there more
life?
to life?
Like, what about your
I would
friends?
argue.
What about your
That's
passions?
relationships.
What were the two options you gave me to focus on?
Career, relationships.
What about yourself?
What about yourself?
Let's put
Relationship
you
with
number
yourself.
1.
That
Okay?
would be a relationship with self.
That's
what about
self.
your relationship with Bravo?
Oh, I love Bravo.
I do too.
Y'all know Andy Cohen is like my idol, and I tried to get tickets because we're gonna be in New York to watch what happens live, but there aren't any.
Oh, you're gonna be busy. You're gonna be on a field trip.
Yeah, but it's late at night. I thought, you know.
Do it all. Do it all.
So I think we're on to
Good luck,
cylinders.
Jackie
Are we on to
Bill.
cylinders?
I don't know.
I just put this bat
I
on.
just looked at mine up
I'm
there.
gonna
and it looks
center.
not good.
Center, center.
Anchor. Anchor.
And that spinning.
Look,
if you You're good. You know what that tick, 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 tick is?
Yeah, but look, I keep getting a hole.
Oh, that's okay. You know why that is, Blair?
No.
Let me tell you.
My thumbs.
No?
No.
It's because this.
I don't know.
If you have a flat top and you go to cone up and your top is not a cone, if you're not going from little cone to big cone, you're going to get a crater.
I don't think you've
Every
ever told
time.
me that before.
I have told you. But I'll tell you
Right.
again. I'll tell you again. How many times you want to know?
A
I'll keep
lot.
telling you.
I want to know a lot.
I'll keep telling you until you remember yourself, okay?
Okay.
Keep a cone.
Are you a teacher?
So I'm going to keep a cone at the top and I can cone up and down all day
Okay.
long.
So I got a cone.
Oh, but wait, I was going to help you too. Hear that? Like, tip, 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 stop your
girl.
wheel.
Yeah, I hear it.
That's your bat pen. And one of them is just loose
I'm
and
just not feeling it.
I just got to tighten it and then it gets loose and I got to tighten it.
You just gotta,
You know,
you just gotta fix it.
just got to give it a little tighten, a little love right there.
Just a little tension.
All right, we'll see how long that lasts.
You just need to last another 20.
Oh, and look, I'm still
Look at you.
have my bat on my flattened piece of clay because I don't have bat pens. Somebody asked
bat.
how to use a bat without bat pens. You put some clay under there.
You put some.
Use some clay to stick it to the wheel.
Clay is the answer.
Are you planning on more than one relationship that may get messy?
Ooh,
Well, if you have a
clay.
relationship with yourself, you can have a relationship with your sister. You can have a relationship with your friends and your
Your niece
family.
and nephew.
Like relationships, like Carl, we have a relationship. We are friends,
Glad you're
and
back, Molly.
everyone has relationships with lots of people.
That's a
I
good
know.
question.
What?
What
What?
audience do you relate to the most? One's looking for a new business, or who's your target audience? A learner.
You know what? Whoever wants to watch.
We're not picky up in here.
I mean, I
Not
think it's just
big.
fun to watch. So, I think everybody loves clay. I think some people have an opportunity to do it, and others don't. But I think everybody enjoys
Everybody
clay. So
Everybody
whether
loves-
you just enjoy watching, or you're getting a tip, or you're getting an inspiration, or you're seeing what not to do, I don't know. But I just love clay, and I think everybody loves clay. So if you love clay, then you're for me.
Aw.
All right, I'm gonna push this to center. So now that that looks centered already, so now I want the
I'm
centered
not gonna
shape,
mess with it.
which left boss hand on there, and then you just want to flatten the top. So the
Is my left hand only the boss because you're right-handed?
Yes, but for the centering, my left hand's the boss because I'm right-handed. Slow
Yours
release.
is so flat.
Because I just centered it. That's the centered shape. Yours is still like coned up. You could cone right up if you wanted to. If I cone up, what's gonna happen?
You're gonna get a bubble
A crater.
because it's not
Gonna get a crater.
cone to cone.
Thanks, Carl. Okay, ask
Find
another
another
question.
question.
Ask another question. I'm good.
What recent renovations did you do in your studio?
Ooh, let me tell you.
That's a
But
fun
look
question.
look. This is a step you're gonna be like, I missed you.
Okay, I'm focused.
Centered. It's flat on top. I'm gonna anchor. I'm gonna connect my hands to my right fingertip. It's gonna drill in to make the opening. And sometimes I like to use 2 fingers. I'm just gonna drill down, thinking about how much clay I want on the bottom. And then once I've opened, I'm gonna drag my finger back, but only along the bottom. I'm not gonna open the lip, just the bottom. How wide do I want it? About like that. And then once I have a bottom, I go and compress just like I did the plate. I don't want to have like a mountain in the top and the bottom. I want it just to do this. So guys, my studio renovations that I just did. I don't know if y'all have been following along, but in this studio, when it rains a lot, the water can come in and it will kind of be messy. You know, it's not a huge problem, but it's messy.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Water in a space is a problem. Just
Yeah.
like in your clay.
And I
crap.
thought I had like mold growing on the walls. Turns out there's salt in the water and the earth is leaking through the bricks, and I don't really remember. But it wasn't mold, apparently.
That's good. No mold is good.
And then they put a sump pump in so that when
Very
it rains it won't.
romantic.
And then I decided to repaint everything, the walls, the floor, the furniture. Oh, okay, now, and then here's the other thing.
Going too fast.
Yes, speed, and when you're doing a cylinder, you want to think of a Hershey Kiss. Flat bottom, up to a point. So yours is kind of starting to go out, so just use, again, like under there, kind of tucking under.
Yeah.
Tuck in like a,
Give it some structure.
yeah, be the boss here at the outside hand and just lean it more inwards. Then I'm just gonna use the inside hand to kind of just gently press that back. And so you want to create that kind of whoop shape before you pull. So I haven't pulled yet, but I'm about to pull.
I was just making my bottom.
Oh yeah, make your bottom. But as soon as you see an issue, like her walls are going out like a bowl, beautiful bowl. But if she wants height, It's just got to contain that before it goes out too much to bring it back.
Alright, I'm trying.
Love the wobblies. Oh yeah, so I spray painted this from the stencil I made at Anderson Arts Ranch last summer. I took a welding class and I used the plasma cutter to cut my leg.
That's fun. You went to a ranch for camp. Oh, I jacked it up.
Did you rotate, slow release?
It just looks, maybe there's a little water in there.
But I'm gonna go ahead and do a pull, and then I kind of want to put the map up and see where y'all are from, because I love that.
Love it.
Some more water. Now the right hand's the boss. Once you're ready to pull, right hand, fingertip at the bottom, elbow against your body. Outside hand's already pressing, inside hand matches, and I squeeze the clay up and in together. But I always try to keep my hands connected while that's happening. So hands are connected, outside hand's pushing, and I'm waiting for the clay to move before my hands come up. How do you prevent pieces from getting wobbly at the top when you pull? So every pull, you're just trying to gradually move that clay until it gets to the top, and once you get there, you rotate, slow release. If you keep pulling and it gets really thin, and this is really thick, this is thin, that's thick, then that might be when you get your wobbly issues. So maybe just try to be a little slower on getting the thinness at the top. Or not slower necessarily, just watch that you don't go too thin. So that's what this move is, compressing. If it gets really thin, like if I squeeze this, squeeze it, oh, I want it to get taller, I'm gonna just keep squeezing, and it's like really thin. I compress it back down, I hold it, and then this finger goes on top, so I hold, and I firm it back up. Sometimes, though, anytime it gets like a little ripply or wonky, it's a little too thin in one spot versus the other, so you try to gradually. And rotate.
Somehow I've
Kelly!
Is
Is Kelly not on here? Tell Kelly hi.
Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. Molly, for your third pull, I'm squeezing at the bottom. I'm still squeezing at the bottom. I haven't come up yet because I'm letting the clay move. It's rotating. It's moving. So now I'm moving and it's rotating. And now it's gotten a little thinner, so I'm kind of relaxing. I'm relaxing, but it's rotating. It's still rotating, but I'm really relaxing.
Are you like dictating what I'm thinking? Like, what are you talking
I'm doing what I'm doing, and then and I'm at the top, so I'm just rotating, and then I'm gonna compress. Just so that lip doesn't get too thin.
Alright, can you do that for every pull?
Oh, look at you! It's perfection!
Look at me!
Look at that bottom, look at everything. And then I kind of love to see this little flare out, because that tells me I have another little bit of clay to like squeeze and like get some more height. You don't, what? Okay, you can trim it off too. Alright, I'm gonna add a little more water. Boop.
Okay.
Should we do a question?
Let's do a question.
Let's do a question.
I'm
gonna do another pull. So squeeze, and if y'all saw the blindfold there, this is why it's good to blindfold. Like if you just feel it, like it's still thick.
How long have you had your personal studio?
Now it's getting thinner. Now the outside hand is really just doing the work. The inside hand is just kind of guiding up with it.
Already recently underwent renovation.
Yeah, so I got the studio over spring break. So now I'm a teacher. So spring break I had time.
2 years ago, you said.
2 spring breaks ago. This will be 2 spring breaks in March. So almost 2 years I've had my own studio.
That's pretty cool, Molly. Good for you.
I love my little studio.
Can you believe it's been 2 years? Does it feel like 2 years?
No. Yes and no. Yes and no.
I thought it was only
I feel like after 2 years comes more growth and change. Like what's gonna be next?
You think 2 years? I think you're crushing it.
Well, I just think, but I have ideas.
You wouldn't trim this off of mine? Yeah, you would, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You would.
Maybe one more pull, so I'm gonna add some water.
Do you want another question?
Oh yeah, I love a question.
Carl asked who was the celebrity guest.
Oh, it's Blair.
Just take out the word celebrity.
No, Blair. Blair's the celebrity guest.
Carl is generous with the questions.
Thanks, Carl. I love when y'all tune in and ask questions. Like, there's not a bad question.
Carl is a doll.
Some of y'all's questions make my day.
At Madeline Camille 95 said, where is a good place for people to sell their work and how?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I think when we were writing these out, I think I asked you, what do you think I would say?
Oh, and I got it wrong.
Well,
I said Instagram, but I think Weebly is the right answer.
No.
You didn't tell me I got it wrong, I assumed it.
Right, I didn't tell you got it wrong because you didn't get it wrong.
Was it Instagram?
It's wherever. You just have to start somewhere.
Farmers market.
You
You
could.
used to do those.
I started with farmers markets. That's where I started. But if you Blair had said Instagram. Could you sell something on Instagram? Yeah. I see people all the time like post a picture. Oh, you want this? DM me or like whatever. However you can sell your pieces, you go and you sell them that way.
Go.
If it's on a website, do that way. If it's at like a family friends having a maker's party, do that. My first art show, you know what I did? I wanted my own solo art show. So, do you remember what I did?
Yeah. Oh, at your house.
At my
At
house.
your house.
I cleared out all my furniture, all of it, from my living and dining room. No furniture.
No,
I think I even cleared out the rugs.
I don't remember that.
Empty
detail.
2 rooms. At that time, I was a painter. I wasn't really
Oh
painting.
yeah, you were. I still have your paint.
I was doing paintings, and I did this body of work I was so excited about. These warm and cool colors, these drippy colors, and I was like, I want an art show. And I didn't know how to like go to galleries, like so intimidating. So I was like, I'll make my own show. So I removed all the furniture from my house, the rugs, everything, hung all my art. And at the last minute, my dad was like, well, aren't you gonna put your ceramics up? And I was like, it's a painting show. So you should put your ceramics up. So I put my ceramics
question
up.
my artistic integrity.
I know, I was like, it's not about ceramics, I'm a painter. And every piece of my ceramics sold in like 3 days.
So how long ago was that? How far have you come and how much time?
And that
Because
show,
you weren't
that show
always
was
about it.
titled Welcome to My World. Because it was like, I'm an artist, it's my house. It was titled Welcome to My
You
World.
were such a youngest child.
I sent out, why is that a youngest
Just keep
child?
talking.
I want to know. I sent glitter in the invitations. I had pink envelopes with glitter.
Were they scented?
And no, they weren't sent
Fell
out.
short.
But I invited everyone I knew.
Did you have to get a license to sell anything? That's a
No,
good question.
I didn't know what a license was then. No. Now I have a business license, but then
Why do you have a business license? Is that like a certain amount you sell?
a
or
business
what?
getting a license is like, how serious are you? If you're a hobbyist and you're like taking a
Posting
class,
or showing your house, or you
yeah.
taking
At
it
that
on the road?
point, I was like, no, let's see if anybody wants to buy this. And I'm gonna just use a rib to just really straighten it.
Oh, I didn't use that.
But you know, at the bottom of mine, if you,
Look
it's
how
kind
much
of.
bigger
Mine's only bigger because I had more clay. That's it. It's only bigger because I had more clay.
yours looks really good.
Oh, look, it's Allison! Are you gonna get up?
What are you?
Allison! That's her other
Okay.
sister. She's FaceTiming. I feel like
Aw,
you've got to answer.
Does that mean she's FaceTiming?
No, she wants to like get in on the Instagram.
Do I need to push that button?
I don't know how that's gonna work. I guess we can try it. Sorry that we didn't do it for you, Carl, but Allison is
Do you want me to FaceTime on my phone and we'll
No,
do
if she just hits
multiple devices?
you.
I'm not scared to do that.
Just kind of try to clean your hand because we don't have a case on this thing.
No, I got it.
Guys, our oldest sister Allison is chiming in.
Breaking news.
Breaking news! Let's see if this works. We've never tried. Go live with Allison Schmidt.
It's all happening.
She's unable to
join.
That was
Oh,
anticlimactic. Where are you?
Anything else?
Alright, I'm gonna straighten this up.
Oh, Allison.
Little rib
Okay, go
action. Outside hand's the boss. Inside hand just rotate, rotate, rotate.
I'm scared to touch mine anymore. I might just do the bottom.
Yeah, you don't want to
Is that a
overlap.
good move? Yeah.
Rotate, rotate, rotate. Oh, and you know what I'm gonna do on this
Really
one?
nice.
Is I'm gonna give it like a little.
A brat says hi. Is that
Actually,
right? Did I
that's fine.
butcher that? A brat 416.
Hey, brat. Hey,
A
brat.
brat.
A brat. A brat. Bonjour,
Bonjour.
Canada. So this was the bat I put on here without a bat pen.
Look at you.
Boom.
Boom.
So you just
Done.
flatten that clay down and then it peels off.
That's what's
And
up.
it's not altered or deformed.
You don't look at how much clay I have at the bottom of mine.
You can with a knife cut that off.
Should I do that now?
I'm gonna put this here.
I
I'll move that in a second. I gotta clean this wheel off now
What you gotta do, girl?
so that I can put my bat pins back in.
Alright, so I need to do the slow rotate, rotate, rotate.
Yes, and then your angle right now is cutting in. So
I know
let
it
it go
does.
vertical.
I wasn't mad at that, and then I jacked it up.
No,
I
you haven't
it up.
jacked it up. You can that you jacked it up because you spiraled it. You gotta just be here.
Can I
here.
fix it?
Yeah, just hold your elbows anchored. I hold the tool with both hands.
I jacked it.
Feel free to call me Erin. No, you didn't jack it.
No.
Look,
No.
hold this with both hands.
It's not. You do it.
Go a little faster. And I'm
too
just gonna.
quick.
No, I like it fast when I'm doing this.
Oh,
That
okay,
could have been your
sure.
problem. Hello from UK. We've got to get our map.
You gotta get your.
Gotta get the map. And I'm
You
just
want me to
patient.
get it?
I'm just
I
patient.
Let me pay attention.
Just patiently getting to
that looks
that.
much better.
There's a
than
little bit of an undercut here. I don't know if that's how much
I'm not mad at that.
you want it. And then
I'm
we
not
stop it and you can cut through and then spin it.
Yes.
And then underneath.
And
Ooh.
now it just comes.
And then
Now a
I put a
sponge.
sponge, or really I put a rib. I put that yellow
This guy?
rib.
This
Yeah.
guy right here.
And let it rotate.
Arizona.
Are we twins? We're from Arizona,
Only
Nebraska.
Does it matter if it's wet or dry?
I like it dry. Alright, so I just put my bat pins back in, and now I'm a bat. Thank you, Speedball, for sponsoring this Throwing with Molly. These are Speedball bats. You can Google Speedball bats. They're just plastic bats. They go right on your wheel, and that way you can make plates. Like, I can't make this without a bat, because otherwise it gets all messed up. So, Speedball bats. Speedball bats. I got some on Amazon. You can look up. Just Google Speedball bats. I think like Clay King, or there's different like clay websites. If you Google. Carla's so funny.
And that's how you make a cylinder. Okay?
Good job. That could definitely be your next wine cup.
Oh, I forgot that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and you
that's
made
not a
it.
bad size.
You did it. You did it. Cheers.
Because I know it shrinks. It's kind of
Do you ever use
comparable.
heat gun and cut off wheelhead? So yes, I have, but I prefer to avoid using heat. I prefer to alter the state of the clay. I like to just do it naturally, let it dry naturally.
I'm going to put that there, but don't confuse it with yours. I know it looks good enough for that, but just,
That would be
know,
a wine cup.
you know.
So what are you gonna make next?
My work of art.
What are you making next? I think I'm gonna make a little bowl.
I don't know.
Might as well. We did a plate, a bowl. So I'm centered. The difference with the bowl is when I open, I'm gonna reach down, pull back, hands are connected, and I'm gonna kind of go back and forth to make the center lower.
Is 10 minutes enough to make a bowl?
Oh yeah.
Sally Sanier needs to be on Throwing
Sally
with Molly.
Sanier, we are gonna,
Also
yes.
in Maryland.
Let's get a petition going.
Do you want another question while my hands
Yes,
are
let's take a question. And I kind of want to get our map, but where do we
question
question?
from the crowd?
I wish we could
There are
map
so
y'all.
many. Should we fire through some? Because I don't know.
Maryland. Sally's.
Pottery Zam, commercial glaze or hand mixed, which is better? What do you use?
You know, that's personal preference. I know a lot of potters who like spend their whole lifetime developing their glaze recipes, and that's just not me. I like to just add water and go.
Just do it. Just
Yeah.
do it.
Never
Let's
Carl.
fire-
Mom,
let's
it's
fire
Carl with a
first
K.
time.
Let's do questions.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
A Rave 95. How did you learn to cook so well?
From my mother. I'm just kidding.
That's
mother-
beautiful
That's
and funny.
beautiful.
All at the same time.
my mother taught me how to cook because she hated
What
to
was
cook.
Mom's signature
Pork
dish?
chops.
Shake and bake pork chops. I
chops.
was thinking that. Shoot.
And I feel like she made a lot of meatloaf and mashed potatoes because you
That was
like
my
that.
favorite.
Yeah, because you like
that.
that.
Mom.
I thought if I had a dish I really liked, I was really
What was
picky
she
eater.
made for you when you came home from college? Mine was meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
We get seafood.
Nice. Look at Mom. Mom. Okay,
But-
next question.
But also Food Network. I love Food Network. I watch Food Network all the time.
Did you cook in college?
No, I didn't eat onions until I was like 25, 26.
I didn't wear eyeliner until I was 27, all thanks to Lucy.
Hey, Luce.
Hey, Luce.
Hey, Luce.
Who's older? We already answered that.
Blair's older.
I'm older.
I'm younger.
39.
And we have an older sister.
She's over 40. That's a thing. It's on the horizon. Do you have a favorite shape to throw on the wheel?
Bulls.
Really?
Bowls I just think are so fun, and so I loved clay. I started it because you can make functional pieces that you make and you get to use. So bowls.
How do you stoke your creativity? This is from Robbins CHAC.
So that's a good question. I just kind of like the bowl. Why I like to make bowls because it has a function. I like to think of like, what do I have a need for? What do I want? Like my wall pockets. I came up with that because it's like, what could I make for a wall that would look so pretty? Like, what would fit in the space on that wall? But it's not a picture because I'm clay. Like, what can I make out of clay to like make that wall beautiful? And I just thought, 3 linear,
Some pops.
some 3 like white
Linear pops.
Yeah, so I just kind of think of like a need for a function, and I try to like figure out how I would make it.
I would have answered that differently for you. I
Ooh,
would have
what?
said travel. Because you travel a lot, and you always come back like energized and
Yes,
full.
well, taking a break, definitely.
Someone asked, how do you do mugs? Hers always flops. Or his, I'm sorry, I can't see the name anymore.
If it flops, maybe. Blair, what would you say?
Too thin, rotating too fast, too much
Yes.
speed. Speed kills.
Speed kills. Too thin and speed kills, I'd say.
Did I get it
You
right?
guys are really good. I think you're pulling until the wall's like really thin in one spot, and it's not evenly. It's like going thick to thin to thick, and in that thin spot, it like, can't handle it.
Carl says, since you're sisters, what career would you choose for the other?
Oh my gosh, that's a really,
It's digging deep.
wow.
Carl's digging deep.
What would
I think Molly's in her dream career. Whenever I describe Molly, which I do quite a bit, I always say my younger sister. I'm so proud of her. She's really carved out a little niche for herself. She's a little entrepreneur. She's doing her art thing. She's doing her ceramics, and she's a full-time teacher. You're like changing the world. You're doing your thing.
That was very nice.
I do. I talk about her all the time.
That's very
I tell her I
nice.
need business cards, and I don't have any. And I could give those out on the reg, and I don't. So my answer's lame because I would say you should do you.
And I'm trying to think about Blair. Blair would be, what was the question exactly? Because I think I have an answer.
What career would you choose for the other?
I kind of thought Blair would do something in like, when she kind of does, but like in the natural products world. Because there's like a minute, like Blair does like organic and like you make your own like body creams and like your own organic. You put the ingredients in. Like Blair does not like to buy like chemicals, and she reads her labels. So I feel like
You think everybody does that?
not everybody does. You're really good at it.
I really want to start composting at the new house.
See, I feel like Blair would do something.
More questions for Molly.
Okay, let's hear it.
Can there be a hand building episode with Molly? That's from sgm.yk.
Well, I wonder if Blair would
No.
let her.
Yes!
Would you let James?
Yes, I would. Let my son come and make another dinosaur for our collection because I cherish them.
All right,
You
so
have one and we have to fix that.
I've actually thought about this Throwing with Molly, and going forward, Throwing with Molly, every Monday night. I can't wait to keep going for next week. We already have our guest planned. It's Blair's husband,
It's my
Rodney.
husband. It's my husband.
So next week, we have Blair this week, her husband next week. And to do the hand building, my little nephew, James, who's like precious, he hand builds dinosaurs. We build them, and he has 3, and he's been asking to
I
come make
wasn't
one.
paying attention. You
James.
wanted both of them to come?
No. Rodney will be next
Yeah.
week, and then James will be another.
That would be cute. He's pretty cute.
Is he allowed to be up past 8?
Yeah. Yeah. Can he come in his
Wow.
pajamas? He would love that.
Are they black? I'm just kidding. Yes, I would love it if he came in his
he
pajamas.
would love to, he wouldn't like being on camera.
We-
Just don't tell him what it is. He wouldn't even know. He'd be fine.
Yeah, we won't tell him.
Yeah.
He's shy.
He gets it from me.
Is that bad that we put him on live and he's shy?
You don't know.
You're the mom.
I just want a dinosaur. He wants to make a T-Rex. He has talked about it. Like,
And that
he's
way we
ready.
could talk about like hand building and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Katura_creations tips on how to throw bigger pieces.
Bigger pieces. I have a couple things. Blair, what would you say?
A lot of clay to start.
You have to go bigger, you need more clay if you want to throw in one piece. Another great way to throw bigger is to make multiple parts and get calipers, those things that open and close, and you measure the lip of this one, and you measure the lip of that one, and you make it, and you don't wire cut it, and then you flip it, and you stack them together. So that's another way to get bigger, to make multiples. You can also add coils and coils and coils and coils until you get the height you want. But
That's
if you want to throw bigger, take the time to dry center your clay. More clay and dry center.
And I would say it shrinks a lot because I remember throwing my planters and I thought they were going to be a lot bigger, and they're not. They look like a berry bowl. And that's okay.
Which I think I'm going to put a little spout on this one.
Look at you. I really like the dish you gave Mom.
Mom loved that, so I think
I
I'm going to make
want
another one. Just a little, like,
It was a handled,
Horrible.
spouted number. Like that big. I kind of want that.
I need a spot
If
for
you
this.
put
Are
it
you
out
still
there-
throwing?
Put it over here. You only have
Uh,
a couple minutes left.
I can put it right
Things are
down.
winding down. Are you done with questions?
No, I love the question.
Someone else says, is there an alternative for a kiln? Alicia Gutierrez.
I'm gonna try to do one more plate with my speedball bats. These you can get them on Amazon. Speedball bats. I think you can also get them at different clay outlets or like online stores. But speedball bats are
That's a good question.
Ooh, what? I love a good
Are you
question.
going to answer the kiln alternative?
Oh, the kiln alternative. I am sorry.
The sun.
Like they used to call pit firing is a thing because back in like medieval primal times they would just use the fire and it would bake the pot.
Back in the olden days.
Back in the olden days.
That's the thing.
I don't do much of that. They do like wood burning, firing. So yes,
Molly's studio has a kiln.
but yeah, I like the electric kiln because it's just boop 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 go. I don't have to like think about it.
Last question from mudslinging_pottery. Will you be doing your same trees next year or will you switch it up?
Okay. Ooh, the tree question. So I might actually make one more batch of trees this winter.
Maybe you'll have time.
I really love the trees I've been making, and each time I make them, I feel like
them too.
they evolve a little bit each time. And I like the idea that whoever already has a tree can just expand the collection. So part of me wants to keep doing them the same way, but part of me wants to change it up because I'm seeing
Are you
a
bored
lot.
with them?
I'm not bored at all.
Then I think you should keep it rolling.
I love making my trees. I love making trees. I love that.
We didn't do it. We didn't do the math.
Map. Okay, well, tell us where y'all are from. Tell us. We'll shout it out, and I can montage it all together
It'll be a thing.
in a clip.
A post-show
And maybe next time we'll
montage.
just shout out, and I can edit it all together.
Do you edit this all yourself? That's not a question.
Is that a question? Because
Yeah.
I used to edit them all, and I think I'm just gonna post these live. I'm just gonna post the
Let's
full
do it.
hour. Let's see if we can get a plate
You
here.
make trees, Christmas trees. Peep them out, DC. Haha. Do you want me to read you one more question?
I love questions. We haven't gotten our time countdown yet.
Woohoo! Ceramics says, what advice do you have for a high schooler who wants to pursue ceramics?
High schooler. Oh, I wish you were on right now so I could ask you a question right back.
What would that question be?
How hard of a worker are you? What's your work ethic?
Good question.
Because
Work ethic is important.
you really don't need a degree necessarily to be a potter. So if you don't know if that's an option for you, that's fine. You don't have to get a degree to be a potter. You just need the skill of the craft. So practice.
Like
But the
find
question
a
is-
neighborhood studio? Where do you go? Oh, there's
I mean, ideally, if you can go to college, go get a degree, go learn, go take classes, go take that time to mature and grow. But at the end of the day, to be successful at whatever your passion is, it's all about your hustle and hard work.
There is no substitute for a strong work ethic.
Yeah, so you might love pottery, but you don't feel like, I don't know, practicing.
Someone says they're waiting for February from Hickory in North Carolina.
Oh, yes!
Jill B. Peak?
In Hickory, North Carolina, I'm doing a workshop the first weekend in February. Yes, I can't wait
That's
for that as
wonderful.
well. I've got to
I can't
repost
read
that.
one.
California.
Chippewa Falls.
What's Wisconsin? Chippewa Falls, Hickory, North Carolina.
Follow Molly. You might not find a passion until later.
Oh yeah, I didn't become a real ceramic person until I got a
dream.
I got a ceramic degree, and when I graduated, I did not think I was going to be a potter. I thought I was going to be an art teacher.
You are an art teacher.
I am. Well, guys, not much time, so cheers.
Guys,
We're back. This was
Happy
episode
New Year.
33. Happy
Happy
New Year.
New
We
Year.
didn't even talk about
Thanks for
resolutions.
having.
Thanks for coming. You
that's
killed
good.
it. Plate,
You
cylinder.
killed it. I made 2 things. I am back and in business. I'm not rusty.
Now Rusty, it's like riding a bike.
Oh, and my husband.
Rodney's here next week. Catch y'all next
If
week
there's
with
no
Rodney.
football,
Blair will be back again later. Cheers! Happy Monday!